Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to channel flight 4873. This morning we'll be flying from Al Maktoum International Airport into Kuwait International Airport, from Oscar Mike Delta Whiskey to Oscar Kilo Kilo Kilo. Al Maktoum International Airport is the second airport in the city of Dubai. Of course, the main one is Oscar Mike Delta Bravo. We'll be flying into Kuwait, in the Kuwait city, the capital of Kuwait. Of course, Kuwait International Airport had the ICAO code of Oscar Kilo Bravo Kilo, but earlier this year, I think around February, the code was changed into Oscar Kilo Kilo Kilo. Our flight number is Jazeera 4873. Jazeera, of course, is the low-cost carrier of Kuwait, and our aircraft type again is the Fenix A320. So, since we got the stairs are connected into our aircraft, let's jump into the cockpit and prepare our flight. Alright, let's start as usual with the batteries. And I'll just push the external power. That's much better. Okay, I will start the APU. 1, 2, 3.
Cuba traffic Emirates 44 on islet 1 to the right. On my side.
Of course, I'm connected to the VATSIM network, and there are no controllers in the region at the moment, but this transmission was on the Unicom 122.8 frequency. Put the no smoking signs on, nav lights on. And I will start with my catering.
This parking is too small for your aircraft. Catering vehicles are on their way.
Okay, I'll go to the checklist this time. We'll need to do all of these just before we start our engines. So we'll carry on over there. No. Let's check the weather in Al Maktoum International Airport. Okay, this is a meter at the moment. Really very light wind. 090 degrees at 1 knots, which is in favor of runway 12. So we'll use runway 12. Okay, let's just have a look at the catering vehicles. It's so dark. They're just done now. I'll request refueling.
This parking is too small for your aircraft.
And I will prepare my fuel figure over there. Go back to my flight plan. I will round up the fuel figure to 7,500 kilograms. 7.5. Come on. Yes. Okay, we said we are going to use runway 12. Let's start filling these gaps over there. So we are flying from Oscar Mike Delta Whiskey.
Refueling truck is on its way.
Onto Kuwait International Airport.
Please don't load aircraft
Oscar
until
Kilo
the fuel
Kilo
truck arrives
Kilo.
and asked to do it.
Our flight number, of course, is Juliet Zulu Romeo 4873. Our alternate airport is Dammam International in Saudi Arabia, or King Fahd International in the city of Dammam. Oscar Echo Delta Foxtrot. Yeah. What's our cost of index? In our flight plan, it is 33. Our cruising level for today is flight level 360.
Fuel truck is in position. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and asked to do it.
7.5 for fuel. Zero fuel weight. Our estimated zero fuel weight is 58.9er. 58.9er. We'll update this later on as the aircraft is loaded.
Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
Okay, now we'll just hit load real time. Just have a look outside. If we can see anything. So dark. Okay, it's so dark outside basically because I'm using the default scenery for Oscar Mike Delta Whiskey and Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. I tried to find any third-party scenery, either paid or freeware, but unfortunately I couldn't find. So I had to use the default one. I'm parked at stand 17 according to the MSFS 2020 scenery, which I guess in real world, or according to the charts, it's very close to stand Sierra 443. Okay, let's go to the charts and which set are we gonna choose? Our first waypoint is Redap, so yeah, Redap for Juliet. Okay, let's call our passengers in the meantime.
This parking is too small for your aircraft.
Boarding.
Boarding requested. Do you want to board crew?
Yes.
Crew bus is coming.
Okay, we'll be departing from runway 12 and we see read up for Juliet. That's it. I'll insert this into our flight plan and we'll cross check with the chart. So it says first at 570 feet or above we should proceed direct into Delta Whiskey 452. We got this here. At Delta Whiskey 452 we should be at 2000 or above. That's correct. And then at Delta Whiskey 456, next one, we should be 5000 feet or above and the maximum speed 220 knots.
Pilot's boarding starting.
That's correct. Delta Whiskey 459er 6000 feet or above. Still we got the 220 speed restriction. Okay. Then Delta Whiskey 460 7000 feet or above and we got speed restriction of still 220 knots. Yeah, these are correct. Delta Whiskey 406. No restrictions over there. And then Delta Whiskey 478, no restrictions. Then Kirok 7000 feet or above.
Crew boarding starting.
Yeah. After that Zarta or Xarta, whatever, 8000 feet or above. Yes, that's correct. Then Delta Whiskey 412, no restrictions. Orgar, no restriction. Lopap, no restriction. Ivili, no restriction. Kicksog, no restriction. And finally Redap, no restriction. So we'll carry on from Redap. We'll go to Airway and then Mike 557 all the way into waypoint Tumac. And then from Tumac, Mike 600.
Your crew passenger's bus is coming.
All the way to Combo. Now waypoint Tomac is the exit waypoint from UAE FIR. After that, at this flight level, we'll be entering Bahrain FIR. And Combo FIR is the exit point from Bahrain FIR and the entry point for Kuwait FIR. Okay, so after Combo, Alpha 453 to Dipty. And from there, we'll start our arrival into Kuwait. So So I'll just hit insert. And we'll see if I have any discontinuity. I'll just clear it off. Yeah. This one.
Passengers boarding starting.
Okay, very good. Just check our flight plan so far. Okay, great. Go back to this view. Here are our passengers boarding our aircraft. Welcome aboard. Let's prepare our autopilot panel over there. I will set this to 350, flight level 350, our cruising level, since we do not have air traffic controllers. I'll just climb it to 350. And our runway heading is for runway 12. Our runway heading is 119er. 119er. Our QNH, according to the latest meter, is 9er8. Yep. Fueling is finished, so we can put our seatbelt signs on. I'll update my figures now. The zero fuel weight figure is 58.9. I'll just round up this. Okay, perfect. And our zero for our CG is 31. Okay. Our cruising level is 36. Yeah, not 35. We cannot fly 350 or an odd number in a westbound flight. Yeah, 360. That's correct. Okay, let's calculate our takeoff speeds. Runway is dry. I'll just sync the load sheet. Max on, off. Now we'll sync weather and calculate. Do we have any intersection data? No, unfortunately. Okay, so we'll use the full runway. V1, VR, and V2. 151, 152, 155. Let's put these. One 151, 152, and 155. Okay, I know the transition altitude is 13,000. That's correct. Okay, flaps 2, THS down 0.1, and flex temperature 68. So flaps 2, THS down 0.1, temperature 68, flex temperature. Great. Now we are ready for pushback and startup. Let's go back to our checklist now. Okay, before startup, We prepared the cockpit, we set our QNH, parking brake is set, fuel on board, we already knew our fuel on board. We did our MCDU, flex temperature, we got that, we got our takeoff speed. Okay, so we can now prepare for our startup pushback. I will remove the exit power, just will disconnect this. And we'll disconnect it physically from the aircraft. Yeah. We are ready now. Now I'll prepare. We'll go to our GSX
This parking
and
is too small for your aircraft.
prepare for pushback and departure. I'll just set my speed to 155
Hello,
plus 20,
Captain.
which is
We are ready for
175.
pushback.
Exiting from editing mode. Please
Locking
wait.
gear.
Okay, we are ready for the pushback now. I'll just make my announcement on the Unicom frequency. Let me first tune my frequency into 122, this 18. Okay, we got this frequency over here. So I'll be contacting or transmitting to Al Maktoum traffic now.
Release parking brakes, please.
Al Maktoum traffic. Jazeera 4873 type Airbus 320, pushback and start up facing north from stand Sierra 443. Okay, and now we will release parking brakes.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Okay, we should start our switch on our beacon light. And now we'll go back to the checklist. Should have checked this. Pack signs on, yeah. Beacon on. Transponder, auto. It's on standby, standby. Oh, this into all, good. What else do we have? All doors are closed, of course. So, let's switch on all our fuel pumps. I'm checking the fire detection systems for the engines, engine number 2 and now for engine number 1. Very good. So we will start our engines. Alright. Start engine number 2 first.
Please set parking brake.
Right, now let's start engine number 2. Sorry, engine number 1. Okay, I have a good engine start. So let me tell GSX.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Right. Now I'll disconnect the APU bleed. Let me check my electric system. Got electricity supplied by both engines, not from the APU, that's good. My bleed system is supplied from the engines, not from the APU, that's good. Air conditioning system, yeah, we got this. Now I will check my flight controls. So let me check my elevators. Good.
Tow truck
Good.
disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Ailerons.
Left is clear.
Rudder.
Right is clear.
Okay, I'll set the trim over here to down 1.1. That's it. And I will set my flaps now to position 2. I can watch the indications over there. Okay, let's have a look at the chart to choose our path, our taxi path. So we are in Zulu now. I'm not sure if the taxiway names are on the charts are same as in the simulator, the default scenery. So we'll be taxiing on Zulu, then we'll turn right into Whiskey 11, and we'll turn left into Whiskey. So basically straight Zulu, first right, then first left, and all the way to the runway holding point. Okay, auto brake to max. Let's arm our spoilers and test. Let's go to the after start checklist. Ground equipment are removed, yeah. Anti-ice, you don't need any anti-ice. We set our flap. APU, will switch our APU off. One thing I forgot to check is our hydraulic system. But since we check our flight controls, I guess our hydraulic system are fine. Yeah. 3 systems, the green, blue and yellow pressurized at 3000 psi, that's good. Okay, yellow electric pump, trim, we set our trim already. Cabin doors on, ecam status checked, we checked this. So let's switch on our taxi light and our runway turn it right. Al Maktoum traffic, Jazeera 4873, taxiing, holding point 12. Normally I prefer to fly during daylight, but at the same time I prefer to fly in real time. So I'm using real time now, that's why it is dark. However, when we'll be arriving into Kuwait, I guess we'll arrive after sunrise. So for me that's good. Scenery, we'll be turning into Foxtrot, which is not the real taxiway name. Left as well. Go and do the before takeoff checklist. Before takeoff, flight controls already checked. TCAS. TARA, all auto, good. Departure brief, okay, takeoff data and FMA, yes, the flaps, already set our flaps. ACAM memo, takeoff, not blue. When entering the runway, we need to turn on our strobes. Yeah. Okay, make sure here there are no aircraft in the vicinity, and I will have a look, and we'll talk in the comm, and if I got no response, we are fully clear. So, Al Maktoum traffic, Jazeera 4873, entering runway 12 and takeoff. Response, okay, so I will switch on my strobe lights, release my parking brake, and I will switch on my landing lights. Again today I won't use the toga power, I will use the flex takeoff. I just feel it more realistic. Okay, let's go. And all the way to flex. Positive rate, gears up. Just now follow my flight plan. Maktoum traffic, Jazeera 4873, airborne. Now I'll start retracting my flaps and we'll gain speed. So, if you remember from our SID restrictions, our first restriction is speed 220, maximum speed of 220. So we got this set automatically for us. Okay, I'm gonna switch off my taxi lights and runway turn off lights. And passing altitude 10,000, I'll switch off my landing lights. That's good, we got some lights over there, some sunlight. So definitely we'll be landing in Kuwait in, after sunrise. Okay, we passed 10,000 feet. I'll switch off my landing lights. And passing altitude 13,000, I'll set our QNH into standard. Okay. We got this blinking now, so I will go to standard. Now, let's look at the after takeoff checklist. Landing gears are up, we can check. Power is set to standard after after passing the transition layer. Okay, so we are good to go. You can see Dubai International Airport over there, Oscar Mike Delta Bravo. And this is in Maktoum International where we just took off. Okay, I guess now we can switch off our seat belt signs. And I'll catch you as we are approaching our cruising level. Alright, so we're almost at our cruising level. What time is it now? 0135, and what time should we be arriving into Kuwait? 0230, so less than an hour. That's good. What do we have here now? The coast of Qatar. Soon we'll be passing by my home airport. I hope the visibility will be fine so we can see it from flight level 360. I come from Bahrain, the Kingdom of Bahrain, and my home airport is Oscar Bravo Bravo India, Bahrain International Airport. You know, in the flight simulator community we use the term home airport or home airdrome. So if you like, please write me in your comments your home airports. Right, ladies and gentlemen, so this is my home country. This is Bahrain. Let's go outside. This is the state of Qatar, and that's the Kingdom of Bahrain all the way to here. This small island over here is Muharraq, where the airport is located. Oscar Bravo Bravo India. It's actually in this island. Alright, so let's look at the approach charts into Kuwait. And let's check again if there are any controllers on Kuwait at the moment. I hope so. No, no controllers. Let me look at the weather in Kuwait. So at the moment, this is the meter. Wind is 290, so it definitely would be using runway 33. And we use runway 33, right, which is used for arrival usually, yeah. And at the moment, all taxiway links are closed, I guess for maintenance, so we'll have to vacate at the end of the runway. Okay, so since we are landing on runway 33 right, we'll be using Deputy 3 Charlie arrival, and we'll use ILS approach, ILS Yankee approach, runway 33 right. So we can go ahead and put these into our MCDU. ILS Yankee 33 right, that's it. I will say Deputy 3 Charlie. Okay, let's look at the temporary flight plan and let's cross-check whatever I got here with the chart. Now, from real life, I know that at combo we should be passing waypoint combo at or below flight level 240. So I will just I'll set this to flight level 240. Descent. Okay. After combo, we'll be proceeding to Giesag Deputy. Okay, from Deputy we'll start our arrival. So at Deputy we should be at or above 3,000 feet. That's correct. And we'll proceed directly to waypoint Pedal. And at Pedal, do we have any restriction? You have to be at 3,000. Exactly. Descending into 2,500 feet at Gambi, so I will make this 2,500 exactly. Yes. Oh, no. 2,500, yeah. That's correct now. And from there, we'll descend into 2,000 feet. And our airport elevation should be 254 feet. We've got different figures in the chart. However, these are correct. So, insert. Wow, that's my home country now. You can see the whole main island. With the island of Muharraq. The airport is over here, the runway. That's the capital, Manama city. And over here is the King Fahad Causeway, which connects us to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. This is the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, over here. Wow, sun. Okay, so we'll get back to you before we start our descent. Alright, so time now is 0202 and we should be reaching our top of descent by 0209, so less than 7 minutes. We have to enter our destination data. Okay, QNH at Kuwait is interesting. It's in inches. Okay, I will change this into inches. Two niner, 4 niner. Temperature is 32. Wind direction 290 degrees at speed of 07 knots. Transition level is flight level 150. We go full flaps, or shall we go for 3 since we are getting at the end of the runway? No, I'll just leave it at full flaps. Alright, we have this information updated into our system. Now, we just wait till we reach the stop of descent. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now we are approaching our top of descent. Okay, do we have a descent checklist? No, we don't, only approach. Okay, so it's time to switch on our seat belt signs. I will set my altitude to 2,000 feet. So now we got less than 2.5 nautical miles. I will just commence my descent now. We are descending now. Let's have a look outside. Let's calculate our landing speeds. I guess the airport code is not updated over here. So I'll try the old code. Yeah. 33 right. It's a dry right now. Wind is 290 at 07 knots. 290.07. Temperature is 32. I got the QNH in inches. Let me translate this into hectopascal. 908. We're getting so close. I have to set 294749. Okay, we are below 10,000 feet, so we should switch on our landing lights. And I'll activate my approach phase if it is not activated yet. Yeah, I will activate it. But I'll keep my speed at 250. Let me put my landing weights to 58.9. What if I use flaps 3? I will go for flaps 3 now. Configuration 3, yep. Alright, so I got 18.3 nautical miles into the runway to touchdown, or the threshold. So I will just reduce my speed into 200 knots. I'll apply speed brakes and start extending my flaps now. Okay, I can extend flap 1. I will reduce further to 180. Okay, one thing I need to know is my misapproach procedure. Yeah, what's in there? And I will climb into 2,400 and then with the right turn into 5,000. So extend my flaps.
2,500.
Now flaps 2. I will hit my lock now. Localizer. Got my localizer and I will hit my approach now to capture the glide slope over here. So as we are approaching our glide slope, I will extend my landing gears. And I will put my flaps into position 3. Kuwait traffic, Jazeera 4873, final, runway 33 right. I can see the runway lights over there. I will reduce my speed. Passing 4 nautical miles, I will further reduce the speed to minimum speed. Now I will set my altitude into my misapproach altitude, which is 5,000 feet. There is the runway 33 left. And now reduce my speed further. And let me disconnect the autopilot now.
1,000. الكويت هي المحبة كلها وأنا مسافر يردني شوقي لها الكويت هي المحبة كلها برها وبحرها ما فارق البال العزيزة في كل الأحوال برها وبحرها ما فارق البال يا العزيزة في كل الأحوال نحبها كلنا نعزها كلنا نحبها كلنا نعزها كلنا واحنا اللي منها ولها في كل الأحوال.
Seems like I got two sceneries on top of each other. For Kuwait I use a freeware scenery which I downloaded from flightsim.to, and to me it is very realistic. And there is no payware scenery for Kuwait, I think, till the moment for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. So, we will taxi into stand Bravo 1 or Bravo 2, or if not available in this scenery, the closest one would be stand number 1, which is the closest to Jazeera Terminal at Kuwait. At the end of the runway, when we vacate, we'll taxi on taxiway Eco 9er and then Whiskey 17. Kuwait traffic, Jazeera 4873 vacated runway 33 right. Okay, so let me double check. I should be on taxiway. Yeah, I am on taxiway Eco 9er. Now, as I do usually, I will hold somewhere on this taxiway just to do the after landing checklist. I will hold over here now. I'll apply my parking brakes. I will switch off my strobe lights, landing lights, and I need my taxi light. I will start my APU. Okay, let's continue with the checklists. Lights, okay, set, flaps back to 0, ground spoilers disarmed. We started the APU, TCAS, we have to put this into standby. It's on standby now. If engine number 2 shut down, okay, we do not need to do this. Engine number 2 is running. Now, let me go to GSX and let's prepare our stand. Okay. So let's continue taxiing now. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kuwait. This is the maintenance area, hangars. I'm glad to see these old Kuwait Airways models here at the airport. Put them with the scenery. Okay, we need to turn right into taxiway Whiskey 17. Okay, we'll Turn here now into Whiskey 17. The stand I chose should be ahead of me. That's the Jazeera terminal over here. You can see Jazeera's logo. I'll switch off the taxiway lights now. And we're taxiing into our stand. Wow, I can see people walking inside the terminal. Now I will shut down my engines. I'll switch off the beacon lights. Switch off all the fuel pumps. And I will operate my jetway. Let's switch off the seatbelt sign now.
The boarding requested.
Wow, Kuwait is so realistic in this scenery. In real world, I flew so many times to Kuwait.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching my second video. Please do write me your comments. What do you think I should have done? What do you think I shouldn't have done in this video? Do you want me to put more details on my videos or less details than what I have done this time? And we'll see you in future flights.